All right, I just want to do a little show and tell and demonstration of my $1,000 TX22 here. Now, actually, I have to be honest with you guys up front. It's actually just a little bit of clickbait. I got about 900 into this, and I'll go over that in just a second. But you could easily, honestly, probably approach close to $1,500 into a TX22. But mine personally, we're at about the 900 mark. So, how did we achieve that with a little $300 pistol? Well, you got the purchase price at about 300 bucks. Now, I know you can find sales often where they come in a little under 3, but you know, generally they run about 300. Got a 25 round mag in here. That's about 30 bucks. We got a comped slide and stainless guide rod spring. That together is about 150. Then we got about $150 pair of upgraded sights on there, suppressor height, $130 optic, which that's where you can go way over. I mean, you can put a $400 optic on this, but this is just a little cheap $130 optic there. Got a cheap $30 flashlight on it, but that all comes to about 900 bucks. So you got 3 there just in the pistol, plus 150 for the comp slide and spring and guide rod, then another 150 for the sights roughly, so that tacks on another 300 to the 300 purchase price, bringing you up to 600. We'll call the optic with the 25 round mag there another 150, so that brings you up to 750. 30-some dollar light there, and some of these things you got to pay shipping on, so you know, we'll just call it 800 bucks there. And then the thing I'm forgetting, we got a spiral fluted target barrel in there, which that runs about 130, 150 bucks. So that easily brings us in the $900 range there. And like I said, you could run, you know, a $150 light on here instead of the $30 one I have. You can run a $400 optic on there instead of the $130 one I have. So pretty easy to go over $1,000 with all the modifications, depending on what you select and, you know, the brands and how much they cost and all that. Let me pop that open and show you the barrel in there real quick. I might have to pop the slide off to show you guys. Anyways, check out the parts, accessories, and optics playlist on the channel for all the goodies on this if you want to see that. And by that I mean reviews on them. And there's your rod and spring and that target barrel. So, what's all that get you, you might ask, and is it worth it? Well, whether or not it's worth it is up to you. But obviously, nobody's going to complain about a 25 round mag over the standard 16 round mag. Obviously, having illumination is good. Obviously, upgraded sights is good. And then if you're running an optic and you want them to co-witness, being able to co-witness your sights like that is obviously good. And there's a little dot there. And then, of course, optic, personal preference, but, you know, a lot of guys are moving to them this day. I personally love them. Allows you to be a lot more precise. That comp barrel gives you reduced recoil, and actually adding all this stuff, just adding the weight of all the accessories to this already makes it more stable and reduces recoil. Not that 22 has a lot of recoil, but you combine that with the comp slide as well, and this thing just has like no freaking recoil. So super fast and flat shooter. Then that barrel in there should be improving your accuracy a little bit as well. So what's that translate to down here? Well, let me show you. So I'm going to warm up on this target here. There's a bunch of itty bitty little holes in there from some bird shot from a 410 in a previous video. And I'm just going to be running the real cheap crap. So not doing this thing any favors by running this bottom of the barrel ammo. This is about as cheap as it comes. It's your freaking arms core there, 36 grain. Hollow point, but that's what I got to run today, so we can have fun with it and, you know, run a bunch of rounds as I intend to do. So that's the ammo selection. Not the greatest, but I'm going to show you what it can do even with that cheap stuff. And just a real quick note, if you see any malfunctions today, it is absolutely due to the ammo. Whenever you add weight to the slide of especially a 22, you're going to have to use some hot ammo to keep it running reliably, on top of keeping it super clean and lubed. That added weight, it's a lot of times the slide doesn't travel all the way rearward to load the next round or fully eject the one you just fired or whatever. So in my experience, this runs 100% even with the added weight, with real heavy, real powerful 22 ammo like CCI Velociter, Aguila Interceptor. If you want it to run absolutely 100%. I think we get about 98-99% running this stuff, so it's not too bad. But if you see any hang-ups or anything like that, it's due to the stuff with that added weight. Not quite enough punch to keep that running 100%, but pretty decent. But I guess we'll take a break there, and I'll go ahead and show you what's going on down there. Shooting at about 7 yards, so, and I mean, not trying to be super accurate or anything, just kind of flinging them down here, aiming there, and you know, there's our group. So according to my rangefinder there, I was 6.9 yards back from that. And with the remainder of that mag, I'm going to do a little rapid fire on that 16-inch gong there, which the rangefinder says is 10.3 yards. If you guys want to get yourself a good budget rangefinder, this guy comes in well under $100. Been using it for like 5 years now on the channel. Link in the description. But we'll get it loaded up again here, have some fun on these steel targets. Now, 22 long rifle doesn't have enough energy to knock most of these down. Sometimes 380 won't even knock, I don't know, 50% of these down unless they get real good hits on them. So I painted this one white here. That should not fall on us. The green painted one should not fall. The black painted one should not fall. Some of the ones that aren't painted at all will fall for me. These white tips here, if I hit these at the very tippy top, which that's 15 yards, again confirmed by that laser rangefinder, the top of those bowling pins is only 2 inches wide. So way, way, way smaller than a headshot. I mean, we're trying to shoot a little tiny pill bottle back there. So I painted those white so you could see the hits on them. We hit the very tippy tops, and they'll usually fall over. The devil guy there will fall over if I hit them towards the top. These two completely white bowling pins over there, they are not going to fall for us, so I painted them completely white so you can see the impacts. And then the ones with the white tips should fall for us if I hit the white tip. And actually, I meant to paint this guy in the center here. I was going to try something fun and kind of put like a stripe up the center of it. It'll fall over if I hit it towards the top, but I'm going to start at the bottom and kind of like walk a stripe up. But I just thought that'd be fun for some reason. And one of the empty paint cans down there is 99% empty. And then if you just heard all those shots, we're going to head down to the rifle range after we're done playing with the steel on the pistol bay here. I'm going to take this guy out to 50 yards, no problem whatsoever, free-handed, and we'll go a little beyond that as well, just to show the capabilities of this thing with cheap ammo. I'll come back here further for the next mag, but for now I'm going to walk up to a pre-measured spot. It'll be 10 yards to that back row where I'm going to walk up here. I'm going to light this one right here up from behind the camera. Rangefinder says 10.3 yards. Alright, still at 10 yards here. I'm going to stripe from the bottom up that center target like I just said a minute ago. And then if I still have ammo before, after it falls rather, I can hit that little devil guy over there on the left, clearing the back 15 yards. There it goes. Now this little devil guy back here, 15 yards as I said. I don't think it'll fall unless I hit towards the top, so I'm going to start low intentionally. That's pretty decent rapid fire headshot size target at 15 yards. Pop a couple more in here real quick if I can get these dang bullets out, and intentionally hit it towards the top to make her fall there. There we go. I'll do 15 yards here in a second at the tips of those bowling pins, but I want to walk up there and do 10 yards first. Actually, before I go down there and do that, I'm going to hit those two little guys on the left. They should fall over, and I'm going to smack around the all white bowling pins on the right back here 15 yards around a little bit first. Man, some of those were stubborn and still wouldn't fall over hitting the tips. I mean, I missed a couple times, just, you know, my pace going a little too fast for a little 2-inch target at 10 yards. Before I set them back up, let's see how many times. Oops, that's the wrong box. Hold up. See how many times I can hit that tip of that one back there that refused to fall back here at 15, and I'll go set them up again. Okay, again, 15 yards back behind the camera here. I'm going to try that orange-red one on the left a couple times first, see if maybe it'll fall. I don't think it will, though. Well, I stand corrected. All right, back to the one that would not fall. Yeah, any misses down there, it's just me moving because I can see my little red dot zigzagging all over the place from my unsteady hands. I mean, there you go. 15 yards, 2-inch target over and over again.
Remember, I was shooting at and hitting the white tip.
I'll just show you real quick too. I forgot about my empty paint can down here. I'll light him up. So, most of you guys know how big these boxes are, which it's pretty much exactly 1 inch wide there. So yeah, that might be actually be exaggerating a little bit saying that's 2 inches across. It might be more like 1 7/8, but close to 2 inches across. But I mean, that's all the bigger target I'm shooting at 15 yards, hitting it over and over, no problem. But I just realized I'm down to the last box that I brought with me. I want to save plenty for the rifle range, so we'll go ahead and knock that empty paint can around a few times and then head down to the rifle range for some further shots.
Alright, freehand on the 16-inch gong here at 50 yards. Stay zoomed out at first, and then I'll get you guys zoomed in some, and still using that crappy arms core ammo. Should have been able to hear those dings, but I slowed down here just in case you couldn't. So as you can see there, 50 yards freehand, kind of rapid fire, is no problem at all, even with the cheapest ammo you can buy.
Easy peasy. 50 yards freehand, 16-inch gong. So, like I said, I know from previous videos, she's good for 100 yards all day. See what I can do here today. I noticed my zero is really high though. I had to aim at the very bottom of that to hit it. I must have it. I probably tried having it zeroed for 100 yards last time I tried. I noticed on the pistol bait it was shooting about an inch, inch and a half high at 15, and it's like probably a foot high out there at 50. So yeah, I must have it still zeroed for 100 yards. Also, I don't know if you guys could tell, but it is. Of course, it slows down right as I try to tell you, but it's windy out here. Actually, you can see the flag right there. See him flopping in the wind. So it's pretty windy out here. Everyone knows how much 22 gets blown around by the wind, and especially coming out of a pistol, because instead of those doing 1,300 feet per second like they're advertised, they're probably only doing like 9 something out of that short barrel. So that's in the wind too. Hey, there's a deer. I was just about to stop recording. So yeah, that would actually probably make 100-yard shots today pretty difficult. But I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so I am going to use my shooting bag here for the 100-yard attempt. Like I said, pretty breezy out here, so I don't know. And I don't even think it's zeroed for that ammo. Like I said, it's a foot off. I think it's still going to be high at 100. I used to run Aguila in that, so that's probably what it was zeroed for. So I'm going to start out aiming at the bottom edge down there at 100, because I think they're going to be high, but we'll see what we can do in this wind here. Also, if I recall correctly, the Aguila was more accurate, even though they're both cheap, but we'll see what I can do. Start you guys out, zoomed out here. Behind me, that's where we're at. I don't get you zoomed in for some if I manage to get hits out here.
Decided to just go ahead and zoom in for you guys.
Alright, so I was able to put my money where my mouth was. There you go, accurate at 100 yards with like the cheapest ammo you can run. So it looks like it was actually pretty close to zeroed at 100 yards. But anyways, there you go, 100 yards, no problem. With cheapo ammo. And as you guys saw, that's just off the corner of that bag there. So I'm sure you could cut that group in half if you put it in one of those pistol vices. I don't know what they're called, but... So yeah, there you go. There's my $1,000 Taurus TX22. If you want to see more of it, check out the 22/Rimfire playlist on the channel. Or there's also a video in the parts, accessories, and optics playlist. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.